Well, welcome everybody back to the Flying Doghouse. It's Fly Day, or any day that ends in a Y is Fly Day, right? We're going to have a look today at the Bellanca SV300 Super Viking from Lionheart. It was on offer several days ago. All I can say is wow. So I guess one of the things I'll lead off with this is the documentation. It's outstanding. I dare say it's the gold standard. It's quite well done. So congratulations to Lionheart. It was very, very easy to follow and read. So thanks for that. That's definitely a differentiator, aside from the aircraft itself. All right, let's take a look. All right, we're on the ground. Dare County in the Outer Banks. We're going to have a short fly here to save us some time with this particular video. I've already got the plane running. I'm going to do a deep dive. This one's worth 2 videos. So, any rate, I'll stop yapping. Built-in cameras, we can run through those real quick, and then we'll start our taxi. So, control 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Very well done. There are also custom external cameras as well. We'll deal with those probably in video number 2, but they're well done as well. They're kind of fun. All right, so very much a traditional airplane here. It's I think this model was built in 1967, and then there was a turbo variant that was added later. So that's actually what's modeled in the sim. It's an interesting aircraft. It's a blend of wood and fabric and metal. It's quite light. And it will move. So it has a 700 nautical mile range at 75% power. High cruise speed on this sucker is 186 miles an hour on high cruise. There are 9 liveries. They're a lot of fun. I think you're going to enjoy it. All right, let's go ahead and take our parking brake off and start our taxi. We'll jump outside the airplane here. All right, here we go. You will need to take care of your engine. All right, so Dare County is just across the sound from First Flight at Kill Devil Hill, Kitty Hawk. All right, and we're going to back taxi here to take off. Very, very little wind, so really not much of a differentiator here. All right, we'll assume we've gotten clearance from ground. Pretty easy to handle on the ground. It's quite fun to fly, too. Gear can come down at like 140, although real world that's probably more like about 120. You can also start dropping flap at 120. And we'll jump back in the cockpit and get ourselves lined up and into the runway here and get our flaps deployed. So there is a takeoff flap setting here that we'll use. And the modeling on the both the internal and the external of the aircraft is just terrific. So depending on which livery you choose, you're going to get different color interior, which is all of that late 60s, early 70s ilk. So I guess be prepared for some plaid. Anyway, it's very, very well done. Alrighty. So it's lined up here. Take a quick peek at our gauges just to make sure that we're good shape on cylinder head temperature and oil pressure. Those look fine. Okay, flaps we can take to takeoff position. Okay, there we go. Right. No time like the present. Let's get rolling. So you've got about 4 to 5 minutes on max RPM before you hurt your motor. And I'm going to go ahead and start coming off of RPM here. You're coming up. Flaps can come up. Alright, so one of the reasons why I'm going to do 2 videos is we're going to talk about the autopilot. I'll fly around like that for a while. This is one of the external cameras. Again, they're very well done. Alright, we're just cruising along here. We'll take in some scenery here. And down to the connector highway here that leads over to Nag's Head. Alright, back in the plane. Gauges are very, very well done. Lighting on the inside of the aircraft at night is very well done too. And as I mentioned, this plane will get going. So if you take it up between 6,000 and 8,000 feet, you can easily get to 180. All right, we'll go back down the coast here, and then we'll turn in and land at first flight. I guess we could do a stall test. Yeah, let's do that. gain some altitude here and take it up. And again, keep an eye on oil pressure and cylinder head temperature. We're now toward the top of the green. And we'll continue to climb here. And it has no problem with maintaining speed as it climbs. Again, it's very, very light. It's also very, very stable, so it's easy to get trimmed out. Alright, we're about 4,000 feet, so this ought to be good enough. Okay, so I'm going to pull back on the stick here and watch our airspeed bleed off. Keep our wings level here with the horizon. Get enough vertical speed rate to give ourselves a stall here. Almost there. And let's see, no buffeting. Wanting to waller around and then just fall. Well, that's definitely not trying to kill you. Let's try that again. There we go. It dropped the wing. Alright, so I think that's important to kind of run through when you're doing a first look. Alright, so let's get ourselves situated here for a good approach into first flight. And cut back on our RPM before we cook our engine. I really want to be making an emergency landing. So I think the regular retail price of this is $20 US. I got it on offer for $9.99. It's definitely worth the full price. It's a lot of fun. And for some of the group flights that we do that require a little bit more airspeed than some of the other GA planes that I have in the virtual hangar, this one is going to be a very nice long-term fit. Alright, so we're down now to about 2,200 feet. We still need to burn off probably about another 600 or 700 feet before we start turning to make our run into first flight. Alright, start getting ourselves slowed up here too. Again, in the documentation, it does mention that you can drop gear at 140. I'm going to wait till I get down to about 120. All right, gear coming down. That'll create some drag. ourselves some flap. I do have a hardware binding, so I'll use that. So got a flaps one. Stall speed, I think, is somewhere around 60. I'm remembering correctly. Stall speed, 66 miles an hour, 61 knots. All right, and we'll now go flaps 2. And I always mention this, pylons here do impact our approach angle. There was actually an incident here several weeks ago that the Transportation Board is investigating. Unfortunately, everybody that was on that flight perished. I'm not sure if they have released any preliminary findings or not. Roll out here. Again, no surprises with this. It's quite marvelous to fly. Looks great, sounds great. As I mentioned earlier in the video, probably the best documentation I have seen. It's very, very well laid out and organized. Lots of screenshots. I'm going to give this one a 5 out of 5 doghouses. We'll come back and revisit. We'll do a cold and dark, and we'll play around some with the autopilot. At any rate, hopefully that was an informative video. Again, this is a Super Viking from Lionheart. Ooh, I picked this up on Simmarkets where I got it. May still be on offer. It is. Check it out. It's definitely it's a no-brainer anyway, but it's definitely a no-brainer with half your brain tied behind your back for $9.99. All right, here we are at the visitor center. I'm gonna put the parking brake on here. Kill the motor. All right, if you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe. We'd love to have you as a subscriber here on the channel. Again, it's a beauty. A lot of fun. Definitely worth the hard drive space. All right, I'm going to leave it here. Hope everybody is doing well. Take care. Cheers, y'all.